Go ahead and sing a couple songs as we always do. So please go ahead and stand up. Go ahead and stand up, please. Not an option. You got to stand. Go ahead and stand up, please. Even those of us that are in the front. Even those of us that are in the front should be standing up too. Yeah. All right. And as always, you are more than welcome. If you want to join us up here near the front, you are welcome to do so. So let's go ahead and get started. Ready? Okay, we're going.
'Cause
Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for giving us breath. Thank you for bringing us here. Thank you for making yourself known to us, Lord. And so we thank you for this opportunity to lift your name up. And we ask that the continuation of this chapel, that the lifting up of what you've said to us will also glorify you, Lord. So please bless our speaker and bless us through your word. We thank you for this opportunity, Lord, and we bless your holy name. In your name, amen. Y'all may be seated. And at this point, oh, and she's in here already. I'd like to welcome up, for all of you, our speaker for today. Please give Mrs. Sims a warm welcome, please.
Question, right? It's not till the end, so you gotta wait. Right. So you better be listening. So, hi everyone. Like Mr. Brower said, I'm Mrs. Sims. This year's a little bit weird because it's my first year that I don't know everybody in here. Usually I teach 9th grade Bible, so I know the new people, and then everybody else kind of, I see the few new people that they come by and I can say hi, but I really don't know this section at all, so hi. Hi David, I know you. Hi Wyatt, I know you too. Hi Russell. Hello Jake. All right, and yes, as some people saw when I came up here, I have candy, so that's an incentive for you to take notes. I know everybody's like, why do we have to take notes in chapel? So at least you get a prize for it, not just a grade. All right. So I'm going to be talking about stress, because I think it's the #1 word that I've heard throughout this school year. And I know for a lot of you, my class is the reason for most of your stress this year. So besides my class, I'm going to come around to each group, and I'm going to ask one thing that has stressed you out this year the most. So 9th grade, who has a reason that you've been stressed this year? Grades? Grades, good grades. All right, 10th grade, what about you? Glenn, what are you stressed about? Your parents? Is that because of your grades? Yeah. All right, juniors. Wyatt. Oh, yeah, Mr. Bernal and I have the running joke that this year we are the lead cause of stress. Our two classes combined have kind of freaked out half the school. All right. Isaiah. What you're going to do after. So, it might be God, it might just be because I've been in your shoes before, but the 3 things that you guys said, because I did not include Mr. Bernal, and I already knew that one. So my 3 other things that you guys said, grades, parents, and what we're doing after, those are actually my 3 topics for today. Yeah, it's amazing. All right, so stress. We all experience it, right? It's that gut-crushing feeling when you're about to take a test that you didn't study for. Or maybe you studied, but not as well as you should have. It's that super nervous, almost close your eye, wincing feeling when you're about to give your parents that progress report that does not have the grade that they want. And it's the stomach-turning feeling when you realize that you have a decision that you have to make, and it's going to affect the rest of your life. So, what was that? Oh, period. So you're not alone. Like I said, we've all experienced it. If you were either my peer or my teacher when I was here, you knew that I was kind of the person who stressed out about everything. I got anxiety for tests. I did not like to play sports. I played them, and people most likely wouldn't know this while I was playing them, but I was freaking out in my head the entire time, like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? What am I going to do? Am I going to make a fool of myself? I was stressed to be perfect all the time, so that was an extra level of stress that I didn't need, but I thought, I had to. I thought it's what people expected of me. And then as I kind of grew up, I realized that it's more of what I expected of myself. Everyone around me just expected me to do my best. I was the one who put the extra pressure of being perfect. And I'm going to hope that by the end of chapel and the end of this year, if you have me as a teacher, because I know I've already kind of whispered it in a few of your ears, that our goal is not to be perfect. Our goal, the teachers here do not expect you to be perfect. If you were perfect, there would be no point for us teaching you, right? You would already know the material. What's the purpose of me coming to work and explaining it to you if you already know it without me? Your parents do not expect you to be perfect. They expect you to be good, but they were once children too, and they know that people make mistakes. All we're doing is we're expecting you to put your best effort forward. So there's a difference between not being perfect and then just giving up. So the first thing we were talking about is grades, right? Why are we so stressed about grades? They set your lives, they set your future. Is 100% an A plus, is that going to define you? No? No. Once you finish that grade, once you finish that class, are they going to know the difference between if you got 100% in the class or if you got a 97%? Are they going to see something like that? Harvard will? They don't look at your percentages. They look at your GPA, your overall. Now, yes, you do want to do well because you want to get into college, right? So like I said, that doesn't mean that you can just slack off. That doesn't mean that you just give up and you stop doing the work. That's not what I'm saying. You still strive for your best, but not to the point that it's going to make you sick, that it's going to make you lose sleep, that it's going to make you start lashing out. You're just going to do your best because when you graduate, all they're going to see is you got a diploma. You got this piece of paper. Now, yes, if you're applying for scholarships and certain things, you need a specific GPA, right? But other than that, are they going to see everything else, all the work that you put into in high school? No. All they're going to see is that little piece of paper with a stamp on it that said, yeah, I graduated. Great job. Now again, I was in your shoes, and so I know it's like, Mrs. Sims, you don't know. I was the student who said, no, a 97% is not good enough. I have to have the perfect score. I have to get 100%. And a lot of that, again, was me putting the pressure on myself. It wasn't that my parents expected it of me. In fact, my dad would joke around and say, you're not getting anything for A's on your report card, but I'll pay you if you get a B. I'll take you out for dinner if you get a C. Just because he knew I wasn't going to do it. If I failed, I probably would have got a car. Who knows? But the reason he was able to say and joke around like that was because he knew that I expected better of myself. He didn't have to put the extra pressure, like, no, you have to get an A. He already knew I'm already putting enough stress on myself, so why is he gonna add into that? So he would joke. It wasn't serious, and it never happened. But just things like that. And with that, getting an A was, again, my perspective. It was also me comparing myself to my peers. So is anybody guilty of that? You don't really care what you get as long as it's better than that person next to you? Yeah, so again, it's all this extra things that it's not what other people expect of us. It's all the stuff that we're putting on ourselves. We're putting on the extra weight. And me, myself, my ongoing for my entire life was me and Miss Kreitz had a battle of who is going to be the better person at the end. And it was good for us because it kept us on our toes. Neither one of us, we ended up being co-valedictorian because we had the exact same GPA up to like 3 decimal places after. No, we both did it. We both gave the speech, we both claimed the title. But, what was that? It was a tie. I know, so boring, right? I probably shouldn't have won. It was good that we tied. But that whole time I was comparing myself to her. So yes, it was good in a sense that it was pushing me, but there were times that it was pushing me to the point where I was about to break. Like, I was so stressed about, I have to beat her. I have to be the best. I cannot even miss 1 point on this test because 1 point is going to cause me to lose this race. And so that kept me up at night. That kept me from going out and socializing because I was like, no, I have to study. I have to focus on this. It prevented me from living the kind of life that I should have had in high school, the kind of life that we tried to give you. I know you're like, no, you guys give us homework. That's not giving us a life. But we try to give you other things, right? We give you homecoming. We give you events on campus. We want you to be able to socialize. We create environments where you can. So, ending with the grades. I know a lot of you are striving to get the A, and that's great. What I'm saying is, do not tear yourself down if you do not see immediate results of what you wanted. I see so many people that they turn in the test and they're already just like, here we go, I failed again. Here we go. I don't know what the point of studying was because you're gonna see half of it's blank. Right? See, I know. Again, math teacher, I probably get this the most out of like any of the other teachers, any other subjects. We cause a lot of stress. We don't mean to. We try to make it easier for you. But you guys still leave defeated. Now, if you have me as a teacher, especially this year, do I usually let you walk out of the room defeated? Seventh period, I'm just like, get out, go. No, but you're not defeated when you leave. Seventh period, you're still like having your own little conversation. It's not that you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. No, but my other classes, I usually have you sit back. I keep you after class. I talk to you. And again, my thing is, this does not define you. You did bad right now, but you can still make it up from here. You can still improve. You still have a chance. This is not the end. And that's a lot of thing with stress, is yes, stress is there, but in our minds, it's like it's the end of the world. But it's really more of background noise, because sometimes with things, it becomes just so constant that after a while, you forget what you were even stressed about. Once that test is over, once you got the grade, once you're past that, the stress usually isn't there anymore. It's just in the back. So now moving on to parents, which kind of goes along hand in hand. Your parents are not expecting you to be perfect. You think they are. Again, you're still in high school, so yeah, you think they are. They might put a level pedestal that they think you should be on, but it's not perfection. Again, if it was perfection, they wouldn't put you in school. They would just send you out to the real world. Your parents are putting you on this pedestal because they know you. They probably know you better than some of the people who are in school with you every day. They raised you. They know what they put into you. And so they expect you to follow through with that. So yes, you bring home a bad progress report, they're probably not gonna be too happy about it. Do they say like, oh, you're gonna go out on the street now. We're done. We give up on you, right? Trust me, I know. Like I said, I hear you guys all the time. It's always, I get the little bribes of, oh, here's some food. Please be nice on my progress report. Please be nice on my sports report. Please just say something good. No. Yes. So you say that it's not a serious thing. It's the same as them saying they were going to give me money if I got a B. They're not going to just have a progress report and be like, okay, you're cut off. This is the end of the world. This is everything. It's not that. They just want what's best for you, and they know that you doing well now is going to help you become the best that you can be later. So failing is not an option. Again, that's not what I'm telling people. Failing is not an option. Why? Do you want to fail? Is that an option for you? So failures can be successful. That's your proof. You're going to prove them wrong. I would love to see that proof. Maybe there will be some extra credit if you can give me a fully logical proof that makes. And it flows properly, and it has facts to back it up. You'll get there eventually. Yes, Anthony. You're right. But what was the end of that sentence? Success. Yeah. So, failure is not the end result. That's what I'm saying. Failing on a test, failing on a progress report, that is not the end result. From there, there's always room to succeed. From there, that's what the teachers are here for, to prepare you for that. That's what your parents are there for, to uplift you, hopefully. It's not just failing and, okay, we're giving up on you. Usually, it's you're giving up on yourself. And that's when your parents get frustrated, when they see that you're failing because you just stopped doing it. You just stopped caring. What's the point? That's when things become more serious. All right, so what was my third point that we were going to talk about? Future. So this one's more for the seniors. Future. Specifically, college. Money. All those things. And this is where I come to that like super cliche Christian thing. What do you think I'm going to say about it? Pray about it. Let go. Let God. All the things that I did not want to hear as a senior. Like, are you serious? Yeah, I grew up a Christian my whole life. Of course I know I need to pray about it, kind of thing. Of course I know I need to just let it go. God's got a plan for me. That's not what we want to hear. And I'm kind of, again, the key example of why we need to do that. Because senior year, I didn't really know where I wanted to go. Up until my junior year, I was set on Juilliard. I wanted to go to New York. I wanted to be performing arts. And then I saw a documentary and realized I hated everything they did there. That style was not for me. I did not want to do that for the rest of my life. And now I'm starting from ground zero. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to apply. But I did know one thing for sure. I did not want to go to CBU. That was my one statement. Like, I didn't send my SAT scores there. I didn't apply to CBU. I knew, God, just send me somewhere else, not CBU. And it wasn't the reason that a lot of people have now. Like, oh, CBU is just what you do after Bethel. All Bethel kids go to CBU. That's the plan. That wasn't the case. When I was graduating, there was maybe like one or two other people who were at CBU. So that wasn't the case for me. Mine was more that I wanted to experience something new. I was up at a private school my whole life. I wanted to experience the real world kind of situation. See what else is out there. Also, I wanted to dance at the time still. CBU didn't have dance. Now they do. They have a dance team. But back then, they didn't have dance. So that was kind of my reason, like, yeah, God, don't send me here because, I want to dance, and they don't have that. So, yeah, no CBU. That was my no school. If you don't know, I graduated from CBU, so you're going to see where the story goes. So I kind of prayed about it, and I didn't feel peace about going to any of the other schools. I was just like, okay, God, I need to have an answer, but I don't have an answer yet. Is not having a school your answer for me? I don't really know how that helps. So I took the safe route. I went to RCC for a year, right? Just get my general classes out of the way. It was cheap. At least if I was there, then I could transfer somewhere else once I felt that God was telling me what to do. But while I was there, I still had the feeling like, really? This is all that I have for my life? Like, why did I work so hard? And I'm not even at a UC or a 4-year school. I'm just at RCC. But it's one of those where, again, in the back of my mind, I just heard my parents and everybody else saying, no, just keep praying. God's got it in his hands. There's a reason. And you just have to wait for it. Patience is probably one of the hardest things, especially when you're stressed. Like, nobody wants to be patient when they're stressed. They just want the answer now. But at the end of the year, I was able to apply for a scholarship. And it was a scholarship that was only awarded to people who were at junior colleges. And I got $20,000. So after the full year, it wasn't an immediate, like, okay. It was the full year that I had to wait. And then I was finally able to see, okay, God, now I see why you sent me here. Now I see why I didn't have peace about going to a UC, because I would be paying fully out of pocket. And now this kind of gives me my assurance of, well, CBU's still there. Maybe my reason for not going to CBU wasn't really a good reason after all. That was just me being stubborn and not following what God wanted. So I applied, and I got in, and I switched my major. So dance was an option, so might as well go with my second favorite thing, which was math. I know, I'm a weirdo. But I stayed there, I went for math, and it was able to pay enough for my money that I was able to actually get money in return from CBU, thanks to my scholarship. So instead of paying out of pocket, they were actually sending me a check at the end of a semester. Right? Isn't that nice? Okay, I don't have that check anymore. Remember how old I am? I don't look it, but it's been a while since I was in college. So again, like those of you who are seniors, those of you who are getting ready to apply, I know it's not what you want to hear, just to pray. But if you practice just praying for the small things, like I had a friend who would joke, and she would literally pray, like, God, what do you want me to wear today? What outfit should I pick out today? God, where do I need to go to dinner this week? Can you lead me to that? And they would joke, but it was one of those things where you think it's funny that, okay, they really pray about everything, but the more comfortable you get with praying about small things, and you can hear God responding to you about the small things, then the easier it is to trust him when it comes to the big decisions. See? But again, it's one of those where if you pray and you can be confident in the small things, it's just giving you more assurance that, okay, God will also have my back when it comes to the big things. And you will hear Pastor Mike, Dr. Kreitz, whatever you refer to him, our superintendent at this school, you'll hear him joke, and his daughters joke, that whenever he goes somewhere, he gets parking right away. Like, they always get so mad at him. Like, there's always a parking spot waiting. And he goes, yeah, God has it waiting for me. But it's just the little things that you can trust him on. All right. So, now for the kind of Bible stuff. Jesus didn't call us to live stressed out lives. Again, I was like the number one student who was just constantly stressed out 24/7. There was something that I was always thinking about. I was never able to just relax. But now I know that he called us to live in freedom. He gave us life to live to the fullest, and we don't have to be stressed out. And here are some verses, just again to make it a little bit more chapel friendly. So Matthew 11:28 says, "Come to me, all who are weary, and carry your heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. My yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light." And then one other. And one last verse is 1 Peter 5:7. And it says, "Give all your worries and cares to God, for he cares about you." So again, just to kind of tie in some more of that chapel stuff. The first one was Matthew 11:28-30. Look, see, people were listening. Good job. All right, so today, if you're feeling stressed, just know that you're not alone. Like, everyone in this building has been stressed. If you're stressed to the point where you feel like it really is making you sick or something, there's people who can talk to you. Like, again, I was the key example. My stress caused me to get migraines on a weekly basis. It caused me to the point where I ended up having heart problems, and I had to go get it checked out, had to come to school with a heart monitor, and they were able to see, like, when I was taking a test, they gave me a pop quiz just to see, so that they can monitor how high my stress levels were. So, like, don't get to that point. You don't want to come with a bunch of little cords and things attached to you wearing a fanny pack. It's not fun. So if you feel like you're getting to the point where it's affecting you other than just the normal stress, talk to somebody. There's people here who will talk to you. And don't just learn how to deal with your stress, but work on overcoming it. Okay. So that's the end of like my regular talk. Now we're getting to the candy. Oh, okay, are we ready? So what I did is I found a couple sounds that are sounds that stress people out. So these are just random things. It does not have really anything to do with what I was saying. I just wanted you guys to pay attention and take good notes. So this is completely different. So I'm gonna have, No. Okay, so I'm gonna play a sound clip, but it's gonna be for a certain section. So again, I'm gonna start with my freshmen. They're gonna have the easy one. All right, so this again is a sound that causes people to have stress, and I want to see if you can identify it. This is one of my high stress functions right now. Now let's see, I might need to turn it up. Can you turn up the volume? All right, so freshmen, are you ready? Here is your sound. Russell, what is it? Baby crying. All right, Russell, you get M&M's, Snickers, Twix. Which one do you want? Snickers. All right, come up because I'm not going to throw it. That was not Addie, no. That was a newborn baby. I just found it on YouTube. All right, sophomores, are you ready for yours? Yeah. All right, this is another one that's a high stress for me right now. This was bothering me all night. Jordan. All right, Jordan, Twix, Milky Way, Kit Kat, or M&M's? All right, I also have sour straws. All right, do you want blue or red? I'll give you two of them. You don't, I'm not gonna throw it. I guess if I throw it, it's okay because Braden's asleep, so we'll just wake him up. All right, juniors, are you ready? All right, juniors, here is your sound. Wyatt. Go ahead, Wyatt. Come up and pick your candy. Yeah, that was the one that kind of goes on in the classroom at the end of a test when it's super quiet because everybody's trying to figure it out. You get to pick which one you want. All right, seniors, are you ready? I know this was a hard one for you guys. Hold on. Anthony's questionable hand was up first. No. but I almost put that because that's what my daughter falls asleep to. Isaiah. All right, I'm going to play it one more time. What stresses people out? Karina. It's a dentist drill. All right. I know you don't like chocolate, so do you want a sour straw or do you want nerds? I said seniors was hard. Okay, I have two more. This is for anybody. And this, you have to kind of think outside of the box. Zane, you cannot have your hand up. All right, ready? Quincy had his hand. What is that? All right. And I have one last one. One last one. Again, think outside the box. Isaiah? Alex? Psycho. Yeah, so the reason I put those two is because scary movies stress me out. Like, I can't even watch a preview for it. All right, so Quincy and Alex, you get to choose your candy. All right. And that is all for today for me. Don't forget that today is senior night for volleyball. So if you're around at 6 o'clock, they're playing at Hunt Park. Let's go support our senior girls. And does anybody else have announcements? I don't think I see ASB. But don't leave yet. Don't leave yet.
All right, next Thursday, we will be renting or auctioning off the seniors to rent. So you need to make sure you bring your money next Thursday because you will be paying that day. Shh. If you don't pay that day, you will not get to rent your senior. It will go to the next highest bidder. So bring your money on Thursday. You can use a card in the office or cash or check. So make sure you bring your money next Thursday. We are going to be auctioning off the seniors. Have a great rest of your day.